Hello and welcome, my name is Robin and I've been very tired lately for a multitude of reasons. Like that it's just so cold and wet outside. Also, I have so much stuff I need to do that I keep doing in such a way that I give myself small breaks that don't actually give me back any of my energy, but altogether waste a lot of time so that I'm always having to do a lot of work to come close to achieving a deadline that I set so I would have time to start working on something that already needed to be done. And now I have to do more than I've ever been able to achieve in the same time frame, even though I now have less energy than when the first time I couldn't get it all done. So again, work will get pushed forward closer to a deadline, so I'll have to start working even harder in even less time with even less energy. And I'm not even getting that much stuff done. All this and just how goddamn wet and cold it is outside has made me kind of sleepy. This feeling tired all the time has made me ask the same question very often. Why do I get out of bed? Well, why do I want to stay in bed? Because it feels so good. It feels so much better than getting in bed. Also, staying in bed solves a lot of problems. Like, for example, I have so much mail I have to go through. But if I wait long enough with opening letters, they're asking me to show up the things that have already happened or sort stuff out before a deadline that has long since passed. In fact, the longer I stay in bed instead of reading my mail, the less important it gets. If I just miss something, I might just be able to. But if there's now a desolate wasteland where the gym hall I was supposed to get my HPV vaccine once stood, no point in trying. I don't need to get a new passport in a world where the amount of skulls on your bike defines who you are. There are very few explanations of the changes in your healthcare plan that will help you fight the mutated pigeons that now rule the streets that just used to be annoying to bike around in. What could they want from or be trying to give me that's so important anyway? If you wait long enough, none of your meal will matter. In life, things are hard. I wouldn't say sharp, but like those street tiles with little stones that leave your hands feeling hot after you scrape your palms open on them. Things are heavy, which wouldn't really bother me that much if they didn't fall over with loud sounds while knocking more stuff over. Also, things I want to move because there's more stuff around and behind it. It's so much work with rules I've known all my life but I still can live around. I once knocked over a glass of water because I obviously knew that those actions would cause a glass of water to spill over a bunch of other things. We live in a world where that can really happen, and when it does, you will have to consciously live through every second of you fixing it. Things have unignorable consequences that you will have to solve to be able to go on living. But you can escape it all by just getting in bed and staying there. So, why do I get out of bed? Most of the time because I have to go to school, but when I come back from school I don't just stay in bed all day, so the question still stands. A big reason I come out of bed is to work on videos. I'll come back from school, lay in bed for a pretty long time, but it gets less and less comfortable because I don't know if guilt's the right word, comes over me. I start telling myself about how me at the end of the day will feel bad because I didn't get anything video related done. I also tell myself about how Robin tomorrow will have to do more work because I didn't get anything done today. It's like a fear of disappointing myself. Then I get out of bed and I start working on a video. If I come up with something I really like, it makes me very happy. Sometimes I just get part of the process that needed to be done that day done, or worse, I don't. Then I get scared that making videos is a bad thing to rely so much on for being happy. There are long periods of time I'm not able to make anything good and those are horrible. A part of me liked that. A different part of me is worried about seeming like an edgy teenager who thinks he knows more about art and emotion than he does, but that part is vastly outnumbered by parts. I listen to French music, imagine sad movies based on parts of my life, and like the idea that I need to keep making videos to be happy. You get good at something if not doing it means you feel like your life lacks any kind of meaning. I don't like writing, I have to, and I love that. Maybe when I get older I'll really think that's a problem and I'll go on one of those wilderness hiking trips and make nothing except for unrequested live movie reviews of the film Into the Wild to other hikers because it's just basic bad movie making the way they communicate most of the information. Why is his sister some kind of all-knowing narrator just to trick you into thinking it has meaning? Happiness is only real when shared is an interesting expression, but you don't realize that by eating poisoned berries, and you don't communicate it in a movie by having your main character write it down. It's not a commercial piece of grey sludge, sure, but it's not a very good movie. Oh, it's the reason you're out here? Well, that's because you're an interesting person, not because it's a good movie. Then I would learn how or realize I'm capable of being happy in a life separated from making art. But I should remind myself that making videos often makes me more than just not sad. Remember when I made that space helmet and alien head out of a piece of plastic and my friend's medical waste? That was a good day. I love making videos, and when I'm not able to make a video because of a lack of inspiration, it's horrible, but then the tortured artist part of me likes that for a bit. Eventually it just gets terrifying that I haven't made a Robin video in 2 months. Making videos isn't the only reason I get out of bed. There's nature and art and people. In art, I recommend Caroline Cash, Johnny Phillips, and the movie Submarine. In people, I'd recommend someone who still understands what you're saying when you're too tired to finish a sentence. In the game Conceptual Who Am I? You really get to experience the beautiful complexities of the human experience, the ways in which we are different or sometimes perfectly aligned, when someone is using yes and no questions to find out if they're a wrong translation or a swimming pool mascot. Tip, you can make up strange ways to give tips, like in a poem or... Everyone, including the questionnaire, has to say one word, constructing a grammatically accurate sentence that might help the person a little bit with finding out if they're a house cat or the game hide and seek. There's food and solving mysteries. Those are all good reasons to get out of bed, but mostly it just needs to stop being dark while I bike to school. And I have to find out a way to do things and go to sleep on time. Then the deal isn't stay in the nicest, easiest, warmest place ever, be cold, miserable and exhausted. It's nice here, but out there's friends and activities, and sure, I could watch a movie in bed, but then my laptop still needs to be charged, and I don't want to watch a movie sideways. My laptop can't stand on its side. Well, maybe it could, but it wouldn't be very stable, so I couldn't move around, and what if I wanted to lay on the other side? I'd have to... Just doing it while sitting is better. There are good things outside of bed, but if those don't seem to be convincing anymore, there's always the fact that I need to make videos. Does life make you sad but mostly bored? Well, if you don't make a video, you want to kill yourself. So get out of bed. The storyboard should have been done already, and you haven't even fixed the spelling errors in unconnected strings of text you're not sure you're going to use. But it's good, and it's going to get better. This is a happier ending than it sounds like.